What's up, Sunday fams? Welcome back to another video. My name is Flip.
I'm Element.
And we get together each and every week to catch up to some of our favorite Asian entertainment. And we want to talk about the scariest monsters in Filipino folklore, especially because we just watched Trese. Now, I know some of those comments have been about how we've mispronounced some of the names like Manangal or Manangal, but, you know, we have an expert resident in the house, and so here's what he had to say.
What's the difference between Manananggal and Manangal?
It's just the term. It's the same.
In addition to fixing the pronunciation of Manangal or Manananggal, we have additional insight from our dad on all of the monsters we're about to talk about.
I asked them, what's the difference between Manananggal and Aswang? And they said, Manananggal is a Tagalog term. Aswang is a Cebuano term or Bisaya. So, but they are the same.
We just wanted to find out what were the scariest monsters that are in Filipino folklore. But before that, we have an honorable mention. Mumu, like, this was the one word that, like, deterred us from doing anything when we were kids. You know, the light is flickering, mumu. You know, there's a wind blowing through the hallway, mumu. It's dark over there in the corner, mumu. Like, everything was mumu. My hairs are standing right now. Mumu.
I mean, even if nothing was happening, going down into the basement or just going anywhere with the lights off was there might be Momo there, so just don't go in there, don't wander off into the woods by yourself. That was the catch-all for cautionary tales. If it wasn't Aswang specifically, if it wasn't any other like folkloric creature specifically, it was just Momo.
So now on to our video. Here are the top 5 scariest monsters in Filipino folklore.
Number 5, Duende. They're like earth dwarves. They live in the ground on mount hills and reside in the cracks and crevices of your house. The phrase tabi-tabi po is commonly used to pay respects and excuse yourself when you're walking around in the forest or if you hear some squeaks and weird sounds around the house. It is said that if you disrespect them, bad luck will follow you.
Duende, the small people. Dwarf in English.
Where do they live?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
They live in the garden, they live in the mountain,
Why do you have to say tabi-tabi po?
because you cannot see them. Out of respect, if you're not familiar with the forest, you go there and you're not sure whether you kind of like trip somebody there without seeing them. So you see, tabi po, let us pass, and they will let you pass without any consequences.
Number 4, Tianak. Unborn fetuses or infants that were aborted by their mothers. It is said that they are the souls of the babies who died without being baptized. They haunt their mothers and eat and suck on their blood. As we saw in Trese, how some of these baby monsters can be so frightening. Can you imagine like how these infants that are just crawling all over the place, with the way that they look, they're kind of unborn, half dead, kind of zombie babies that are just crawling all over the place looking for your attention. Most importantly, looking for your affection. And if you don't return that favor, or if you don't return them the affection that they deserve or that they're needing, man, you are in for a blood-sucking adventure. Number 3, Capre. They are dark and hairy giants that live within the balete tree, or giant trees like the acacia or a mango tree. Folklore says that they like to hunt and kidnap beautiful women wandering in the night. Now that's just scary. Like, it's, you know, there are always these stories about don't ever go out and wandering in the night by yourself, especially if you're a female. And so the folklore of Capre is probably one of those things that deter young women from ever wandering out in the night on their own. But just the thought of a scary monster lurking in the shadows, waiting to take your life or waiting to kidnap you just because you're a beautiful woman, man, that is a scary thing to think about.
Number 2, White Lady. A popular ghost story in the Philippines that has many versions. The most popular is one of a white lady who dies in a car accident while waiting for her lover. The popular stories tell of a beautiful woman hailing down cars or taxis to get a ride, only to appear like a dead woman when you look at the rear view mirror. This tale is probably the most common tale that has the most similarities worldwide. Every country and culture has their version of the White Lady. Number 1, Mananananggal Manangal, or Mana are a race of aswang that feed on the unborn infants. They detach their torsos to fly in the night to hunt and prey on pregnant women, and they're also commonly compared to vampires. They show up very briefly in the flashbacks to Trese's youth.
And apparently, in addition to having holy water or a cross to fend them off, in Western movies that you've seen, like The Exorcist or any vampire story that you've ever seen with providing garlic, holy water, and a cross, you have to find the other half of their bodies and destroy it in order to completely defeat it. Just take it from a resident expert.
When you notice that they separate their body, half of the body flies,
Yeah.
and the half body going to the legs remain in place.
Yeah.
So what I heard is that you go to the half of the body that was left behind and put some salt into the half body, the stomach, whatever. Put a lot of salt there, and then when that half of the body came back, it won't be able to connect anymore, and then they will get angry and maybe they're gonna die.
They get angry.
That will happen. They won't come back to you anymore.
Have you found any half bodies?
No, I haven't experienced anything. That's all I heard about fairy tale stories. My Lola, my young, the one I'm feeling as about it.
How far back?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't born yet. That was the story behind it.
So there you have it, the top 5 scariest monsters in Trese. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more Asian entertainment videos. Hit the bell notification so you know when we post new videos. But as always, Manananananangal. We'll see you next time.